me ask you. So you're saying that if the Gemara says something, the Gemara says that you can't do this and this because of this and this, it doesn't matter. It only matters that you can do it because doesn't matter. Correct?
No. Okay. So first of all,
I'm trying to
being that
figure
you're
out what
quoting
to
the Gemara,
understand. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, I'm going to break down the whole halachic process here. An Amara cannot create a halacha. Okay, they have to either bring down a Mishnah or a Brisa, right, and explain it on how they learned it from their teacher, assuming it was ambiguous.
But isn't
So-
that the entire Gemara though?
What?
Isn't the
Say it again?
entire Gemara just talking about what the halacha is based on this brisa, based on this Mishnah, based on this,
No.
based on that?
No.
That's what Gemara is. If you
So
ever
there's
learn
some
Gemara,
Gemara, for example,
every Gemara is machlekes
Let me
between
give
an
you an
argument.
example.
What?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll give you two examples. Okay, two examples. One example is how many days a woman has to count. In the Mishnah, it says 7 days. The Amoriam said that it was a minhag amongst the daughters of Israel that they instituted counting what's called like a ziva gedolah, like a woman with excessive bleeding, took it upon themselves to count extra days just to be more frum. And now that's become the standard. This appears nowhere in the Mishnah. The supposed obligation we have to get drunk on Purim appears nowhere in the Mishnah. It's a medrash brought down by Amoriam that Rebbe Zera and Rava, had this dispute. This appears nowhere in the Mishnah, and it's brought down like a halacha by Amoriam. Now we know Amoriam have no smicha.
But they said that they had. But you said that they have the right to make halachas.
Who?
Amoriam.
No, Tanaim do. Men with smicha.
So you're saying the Gemara didn't have the rights to make what's it called? To make halachas.
To make halacha, no.
Did the Sanhedrin sit in Bavel?
No.
Okay. Also, I mean, there's two Gemaras, by the way.
So you don't
There's
follow the
Talmud
Gemara.
Yerushalmi.
So point is you don't follow the Gemara. You just established that you don't follow the Gemara.
The reason we appreciate, look, the reason I'm continuing this conversation is because I think it's so educational for people listening. This type of talk you're not going to find on TikTok. Okay. The reason we value the Amoriam is because they were the students of the Tanaim or had some connection to them. So who else had a better understanding? Yeah. Well, so the reason the Gemara is so important is because it expands, it sheds light on what the Tanaim were actually saying. However, if they bring down their own personal opinion on something, we have to distinguish that from the actual halacha. That's what we don't do nowadays.
But everything
in
Gemara is their personal opinion, what they said. It's not facts, it's their personal opinion. How do we know this? Because they argue so much about it. It's everything there is their personal opinion, what they think they said, what they think this meant. When they said this, what they think it meant. So yes, that's the whole entire
But you're
Gemara.
acknowledging what they think the Mishnah meant. So they weren't just bringing down their personal opinions. This is why every page of Gemara, in the middle of it, is the Mishnah or some sort of brisa. And they're telling you, what?
Point is, you can't validate some of it and invalidate the other because it's all their opinion. None of it. It's all their opinion, what the rabbi said. But the point is, the rabbi said this, and therefore it's that way. And if you follow the Gemara, you listen to what Gemara says. If you don't, then you don't follow the Gemara. Just say it how it is.
So I guess you don't believe in codified halakha. So you don't follow Shulchan Aruch. Like you don't follow Mishnah Torah. You don't follow the Rif. You don't follow the Rosh. The reason I'm saying that, you can't because they were able to distinguish halacha from minhagim and midrashim. That's the reason we have codified halakha. The Rambam in his Hagdama to Mishnah Torah says, now that I have codified halakha, you don't have to study Gemara anymore. Now, it's a beautiful thing to be able to connect halachas with their actual, ikr, like their actual makor. This is why we have Kesed Mishnah, Lechem Mishnah, Magid Mishnah. It's a great thing. But we don't need to go through Gemara anymore to know Isser V'Heter, to know what the halacha is, because now we have codifications of Jewish law. If they had a way of doing it, why are we not allowed to do it, right? You're saying that you study Daf Yomi to learn Isser V'Heter?